Knights at the Round Table, a round table discussion on speculative fiction books and film. Hi everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Knights at the Round Table. Today we are discussing the 2017 Netflix original, Happy Death Day. I'm sitting at the table with Eric and with Nathan.
One panel under Nation.
Oh wait, does that mean I have to stand up now?
Oh, you gotta switch places.
I'm not drunk!
Where's the rum?
I think the rum's up there.
It's right there.
Oh, that's the rum?
Yeah.
Maybe I should take a shot.
I mean, where's the rum gone?
Why is the rum always gone? Alright! Take two. Hi everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Knights at the Round Table. Today we are discussing the 2017 Netflix original, Happy Death Day. I am sitting at the table with Eric and with Nathan, and I'd like to start with general impressions of the film. Eric, you get to go first.
I did not know it was Netflix. I know it had a theatrical run, but I didn't know it was a Netflix original.
Oh, I might have lied. It might not be a Netflix original. I thought it was a Netflix original.
I don't know. It had a...
Well, it's out on
It had a
DVD, so
theatrical
probably
run.
not. So probably not. No, I lied.
Some Netflix is on DVD.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't say Netflix anymore.
Okay.
No. I lied.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
I think I'm a terrible judge for this kind of movie because I absolutely love slasher films and I love time loop films or Groundhog Day films, and it had me from the skipping intro.
The skipping intro made me laugh out loud.
This movie has a lot of stuff that I love in it.
Mm-hmm.
I adore this movie too. I'm not a big slasher movie. I am a big horror movie fan. But slasher movies are like among the horror movies that I don't.
I like
usually
supernatural
enjoy.
slashers, like the Halloweens, Freddy Krueger, that kind of.
Even those, I'm
no?
more like I like ghost movies. But this was thoroughly enjoyable, and I mean, like, Groundhog Day is one of my favorite movies, and this was probably just as good.
So for myself, I also really enjoyed this movie. There were lots of moments where I was laughing out loud.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, very funny. I am not a fan of slasher movies. I am not a fan of horror movies, Alien notwithstanding. I think that's technically a horror movie. But I love it, yeah.
Alien or Aliens?
Alien.
Yes,
Well, I
that is
also like-
definitely a horror movie.
I also like Aliens, but for different reasons. I think everybody in it did such a great job. I think Jessica Roth, played the main character, Teresa, and she
was really good.
She was really good.
Yeah.
She can balance, like, the dramatic and the comedic so well. I was super impressed with her. I really enjoyed this movie. It was way funnier than I expected it to be. And also I really liked, even though it's so cliche, like Teresa's character arc,
but that's
the most
the
cliche.
genre.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it a lot. I liked that she wasn't stupid. I liked that she fought back. Like
I like that every single time she got a hit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when she punched Nick because he showed up in the mask. She like screams and then solidly clocks him, and I was like, "Atta girl!"
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with Teresa though, is sort of the cliche, selfish, stuck-up, horrible little sorority biatch.
Yeah.
I've not known anyone in a sorority, but I have known people like Teresa. So
Yeah.
Yes.
there's that.
I like that it's more than just, oh, well, she's rich and stuck up. They had a little bit more backstory with the mum. And
Yeah.
so
There
it's
was
sort
that,
of...
but there was also, like, you could see, like, the environment that she was evolving in. And she sort of had to be this way to even just survive that environment.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, the sorority house. Ugh.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Danielle. Ugh.
She's
Oh, God.
the granddaughter of someone famous. I'm not sure who. Sorry.
Roth.
No, the Danielle, the actress who plays Danielle.
Oh, the actress who plays Danielle.
She's also the director's niece.
Ah, well, I mean, she did a good job.
No, she did a great job.
good.
She was the perfect... Yeah. So was there anything that bothered you about the movie?
Not in the way that a lot of things usually bother me about the movie. Like, I didn't guess right away what was going
I like
on.
that.
Which
I love a mystery where
It was such a great twist at the end.
there were several twists.
and it was
Yeah.
type like it was like foreshadowed throughout
Yeah.
Yeah,
the movie.
and then when you look back
Having
on
watched
it,
it a
you're like-
second time, it's foreshadowed very
absolutely.
heavily.
Yeah, and you're just
Absolutely,
like, how did I miss that? I'm such an idiot. And then a lot of these types of movies, in the first 5 minutes, I'm like, well, they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not this one.
No.
Like, literally halfway through, I'm like, it was the doctor? Oh, wait, it wasn't the doctor. Because
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
stabbed to death immediately in the next scene. You're like, oh, well, fuck.
I like that they do that. They're like, oh, well, it's probably this character. And then they kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when you think that she's got it right,
Yeah.
she wakes up again.
I know that
that
was the best. Honestly, that was one of my favorite moments in the movie where she has just like Groundhog Day, right? She goes through this day and every single little thing that she remembers about the day
She's
she
done
fixes
it
and she makes it
perfectly.
better and she does it perfectly and it's still not that and she
Yeah.
wakes up again and she's like, what?
She kills
What?
she kills the actual murderer. Like,
Yeah.
she kills the person who killed her. And then she wakes up again. She's like, "What?" That just like flips out. I'm
Yeah.
like, that
Yeah, it was
absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, well, movie over. And then it wasn't. And I'm like, what is going on? What? Yeah, I
This
really
was
enjoyed
incredibly
that.
well done.
Yes.
On the DVD, they have the alternate ending, the original ending that they cut after audience. I'm so glad they cut it. It had, instead of her waking up in the dorm room again with the fake out, it had her waking up in the hospital room, and him and her dad, are you okay? And you know that she's got all the injuries from all her deaths, and then the doctor's wife comes in and kills her.
Aww.
With drugs. And the audience flipped out. They're like, she finally did it! She was finally good, and you killed her!
Yeah, actually, and I usually really like tragic endings, but that was not a
No,
good
there's
choice.
no way to have a tragic ending in
No.
this without it being an insult to the audience.
Yeah.
Because they made us work, and her work to get there.
Yeah.
I like the idea that the number of death days are limited because each
Yes.
injury stays with her.
That was a great addition, and
It helped up
it made
the
the
tension a little.
slasher part more
Yeah.
tension, as opposed to just being almost comical. Like they could have made it. They could have added like and have her die in all kinds of ridiculous
Yakety
fashions
sax. Just her
Yakety
dying
sax,
to
thank
yakety
you.
sax.
over and over again in the most ridiculous ways, and you wouldn't have cared as much.
No.
Yeah.
But
it
then
wouldn't
she
have
started
mattered.
getting hurt, and you're like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit.
So it brings in the slasher tension, which
Yeah.
they tried to ramp up at the beginning.
Yes, I enjoyed that. I also really liked, I'm going to mess up his last name, so I'm not going to even attempt it, but Israel, who played Carter.
Yeah, he was good.
Carter was adorable.
He was.
I really liked Carter as a character.
And I really like the evolution of their relationship without him actually being involved.
It's just like the confusing like hug because, oh my god, you're alive! Like,
Yeah.
I like him, but I'm also... The problem with the time loop movie is that the only person who can evolve is
yes.
the main
one
character.
person, yeah.
And because he never evolves, and he kind of comes off as a stereotype.
Oh yeah.
The lovesick nerd.
But he wasn't really that lovesick.
No.
He was just like,
He was just kind of good dude helping a really sloppy drunk girl.
yeah.
Yes. He was a good dude, and I gotta give the actress credit that when he says that and her eyes just change, like, oh, like, you're like, wow, well, that's where she fell in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also when she comes back to the sorority house, his name is Carter, and no, we haven't slept together, but if I make it through this day, I'm going to have his babies. A lot of them. And then just goes upstairs and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the shallowness of all the secondary characters because of the genre kind of bugged me at times.
Oh yeah.
But it's needed.
Yeah.
Well, also, so I was talking about this upstairs before we came down for the stream, and one of my favorite scenes is in, like, the multiple death montage thing, when she discovers that Tim, who's been bugging her about another date, is gay!
Yeah.
And the way she plays it, she looks through the window and sees him watching gay porn, and then she sees that it's gay porn, she's like, And then she nods and smiles, and it was perfect.
It's a combination of relief and happiness.
Yes, and it was perfectly portrayed and so comical. Like they say laughter is something that happens in groups. I was cackling at home. I myself was just a cat. Oh yeah, it was great. It was great.
And shamefully, I have to say, I laughed at her joke at him the first time. The who takes their date to Subway? It's not like you had a foot long,
like you have a foot
which
long.
is apparently improv.
Oh really?
Oh my god!
She just improv that, the actress.
Good on her. Yeah, that was cruel, but also funny.
Oh yeah. One other. There's a few things that bothered me about the movie. Mm-hmm. The pacing for the beginning felt useless after a few more deaths, because it's really slowly slasher level pacing until the second or third death, and I got bored.
Did you?
The first time and the second time I was like, okay, she's walking down the corridor again, and there's the music box. All right, I'm just gonna check my phone and look at IMDb and the trivia. Oh, she punched the guy. Okay. Pleasure Palace, yeah, whatever.
The Pleasure Palace, oh my god!
I thought it was hilarious the first time. The second time, I'm like, just get away from this douche. Come on, get on with the self-discovery and the murdering.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that makes me sound terrible, but...
I did not have a problem with that, because it was my first watch through, and I liked the repeating music box, and then she noped the fuck out of there.
That was good.
I like that too. Like, she's not gonna go... Oh, good, she's not going down there.
Yeah, she's not going down there. And then when she punched Nick, immediately after noping out of there, and it was just like, atta girl.
I like her, and I like her reactions to the situation.
Yes.
It's just, it felt like it dragged the second time.
The Pleasure Dome made me laugh so hard.
It was...
As soon as it went on, he's like, welcome to the Pleasure Dome. I started laughing, and then had I been in that situation, not that I would ever be in that situation, but had I been in that situation, I would not have been able to keep a straight face. I would be doubled over crying with laughter.
Yeah, probably.
Having been in rooms like that, I have doubled over.
For real?
Yes, I lived in res my first year, and some idiots did stuff like that, and I'm like...
Oh, jeez.
God.
Dude, you're trying way too hard.
Oh, God.
Did you know the genre predates Groundhog Day?
I did not know that.
Yes. The first known repetition of that style was in Star Trek The Next Generation, roughly 3 months before Groundhog Day came out.
Oh, wow.
I am not useful, I'm sorry. You are so useful, Jaggy, stop it.
You're useful, you're just not questioning.
You're just not questioning. You're just not curious enough.
You gotta ask the question before the break. Or during.
Or during, whatever.
Yeah. So a lot of Star Trek nerds are like, you can't call it the Groundhog Day theme because Star Trek did it first, and I'm like, oh, for the love of Pete, it's a time loop movie.
Yeah.
Do you need to pause something?
No, just let it go.
Just
let it go.
Okay, the unison was amazing.
Jinx! Both of you owe me drinks.
Paid over like a lot.
I gave you cheese.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that more than makes up for it. That cheese is delicious. Alright. Oh, yeah.
Is it true or is it like
Is it true horror or is it like cheesy? I would say this is a comedy horror.
Yeah,
oh, definitely.
It's PG-13.
Yeah.
It was not made to be R-rated. There's some jump scares, but I've seen scarier things on Supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gory at all. It's not like...
It's not gory, and because it's a time loop, you never really feel terrified or horrified.
No, exactly.
And the villain is so cartoony.
Yeah.
Look,
On purpose. It's terrifyingly cartoony, but...
If I can make it through this horror movie laughing and having a great time, anyone can, because I am a wuss. What was I going to say? Oh, I liked how I guessed it was tombs fairly early on. And then I was like, wait, it wasn't Toombs? Question mark.
Yes, because they foreshadow it in the
And they
blip.
foreshadow it, and they're like, "Oh, it's clearly that dude."
It's got to be that
It's gotta
dude.
be
I mean,
that dude.
why would they bring up a serial killer?
Right?
And then you find out.
And then
about
you find
the mom.
out, and it's. I really like to be kept guessing.
It's a good
Yeah.
frustration.
It's a good frustration.
When you finally when they finally throw it in your face, or if you figure it out right before, it's sort of a like, shoot, I should have known this.
Should have known. I should have guessed. Like I was proper mad at myself for not having guessed because it's so obvious. And then, but it wasn't apparently.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the things I didn't like. So I think there was 3 big ones. The third is tiny, ridiculous. It's the little Asian girl, the Vietnamese girl to be more specific, according
that's
to
sitting down.
that's sitting down on the outside. I feel like there could have been more story there, or they could have cut her out because she served a tiny purpose, but I wanted to know more. Why is she really the only non-white sorority person?
No, there are a few.
There's a black girl and
Couple
there's a
black
brown
girls.
girl, but why is she the only Asian sorority? Why is she sitting outside? Why does she look shy? Like, it felt like there was a build up there that they never got to.
Oh, I'm a terrible person. I didn't pay her much money.
The only thing we see is her getting utterly traumatized at the end
God.
with the death.
Oh my god, yeah.
One of the few places where you'll see a blood splat.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be interviewed here. Yeah. So there was that bugged me. There are other characters that I would have liked to know more about that you actually learn more about in the second movie.
There's a second movie?
Yes, Happy Death Day to You, where they go from slasher to sci-fi.
Nice.
So you learn a lot about the roommate.
Laurie.
No, the other roommate.
Ryan.
His roommate.
Ryan.
Ah!
Cool.
Oh, Ryan was...
So in the second one, it starts with Ryan waking up in his car, and he's in the time loop this time.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
That is a neat... Yeah.
Yeah. It
You know
eventually
what?
goes back to her, though. She's
Cool.
still the main character.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to there being a second one after having watched the first one.
The second
first
one
one
is
was-
really interesting. I'm sad it didn't do well at the box office because they had a script for a third one that
Maybe
they were
Netflix
going
will
to.
actually pick it up. Maybe it will
Hopefully.
become a Netflix.
Yeah,
exclusive.
maybe.
Maybe I wouldn't have lied.
Maybe you were just prescient.
Something that I really liked, and it's a tiny detail, is the mask of the bad guy was dirty
Yeah.
and messed up.
Oh.
But whenever there's a fake jump scare, like the guy who gets punched out, it's a clean,
clean
perfect,
mask.
pristine mask.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
even know.
the mask in the doctor's drawer, clean, and so
yeah.
on and so forth. So you could see it, but it was so minor that I didn't notice it until the second viewing.
That's true.
I quite enjoyed Teresa's character arc, even though it is like super cliche.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really loved that she killed herself to save Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wouldn't have mattered anyway because she hadn't figured it out at this point. But she believed that if she had killed the killer, that would end the day and Carter would be dead.
Yeah.
So she chose instead to not.
I like that.
I liked that. I liked her development. And then the scene with her father at the dinner table. I
Yeah,
cried.
that was-
So
great.
relatable.
Yeah, I legitimately cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't cry, but I definitely
I-
had feelings.
I felt things. I'm a sucker for parent-child relationships, though. Anything to do with that, and I'm instant waterworks.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too, but in this case, I was like, oh. I had guessed what it was going to happen after the mom's death, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be okay.
Oh, I loved when Teresa enacted her plan when she thought it was going to be the end.
The perfect day
The
thing,
perfect
yeah.
day
Yeah.
thing, and then she's like in a leather jacket and jeans and like a red shirt, and she ties her hair up. I'm like, Buffy, is that you?
I think it was a
There was
visual.
a lot of things. Like, her arc was very similar to Cordelia's arc, too.
yeah.
Her arc.
Pre-stupidity. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I stopped watching, and then it
She
was
got
about her.
pregnant and was written out off the show, basically, and then came back as a semi-deific, stupid thing.
Oh,
Not a Buffy, Angel.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're talking
Yeah.
about Cordelia.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a reference, I think, to Terminator, but I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
The whole, like,
Leather jacket.
build up, like, set up.
Yeah.
Tie up the hair.
Yeah. There's a lot of little references to other movies.
I missed them all. I was...
My favorite is probably also visually the baseball bat. When she gets hit by the baseball bat, and then she falls into the transition. That's a reference to Groundhog Day, where there's an exact similar transition.
I remember that, yeah.
But they do it in a way that's gorgeous on its own, and it's an awesome throwback.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I also like
missed that.
I like the line. It's a lot like Groundhog Day. What?
Oh, yeah, right at the end. You know, Bill Murray. Who? You don't know who Bill Murray is? No, sorry. I'm like, oh, wow, I feel old.
Yeah.
In the second one, they reference Back to the Future 2, and she does the same thing. Who? What?
I have a friend who I think was raised under a rock because he's not seen a lot of the stuff. And every time I reference something, he's like, what? You know, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, so it's possible.
Oh, yeah, it's perfectly possible that if her parents weren't into it, that she wouldn't be. I know lots of people who are so not geeky that they would have no idea who Bill Murray is.
Oh, here's a little factoid that I found out when I was watching the credits roll. The music of this was done by Bear McCreary. Bear McCreary did the music for the most recent God of War
Oh, nice.
game. He's like
It was
pretty big in video game music, and then I saw his name here. I'm like, Bear, you're freaking everywhere.
it was good. It
was good music.
It was music that fit everything it needed to.
Yes,
But there wasn't a point where I was like, holy crap, the music.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was understated enough that it complemented the film. It didn't stand out on its own.
Yeah.
Which for a movie like this, I
Yeah,
think you
pretty
need.
much.
It's not
Yeah,
like it's like
definitely.
Lord of the Rings where you need like a fanfare for these people, or a fanfare for that
Yeah.
people, or like the Norwegian violin for this group of people. It complemented perfectly.
So the director, writer, two things about the writer. One, the writer named the serial killer after his high school gym teacher.
Literary revenge.
Oh, I love that.
The director was expecting his wife was expecting a baby. So he had babies on the brain. So when they made the mask, he suggested a baby face. And when the guy who came back with the mask, who's the same one who designed the Scream mask,
Oh yeah.
he brought it into the office and then put it on and then turned the corner and scared the bejesus out of everyone who was there. He's like, all right, this is good. Let's go.
That's fantastic. It is a creepy face.
It really is. A baby face on an adult is just...
Extremely creepy.
And the original script was written for Michael Bay.
Oh.
And
I'm so glad
it
he
was...
didn't end up directing it.
What's her name? That poor girl who's had a terrible life and career.
Megan Fox?
Megan Fox.
Oh.
She was signed on to do the movie as the main character. And
she
it
was, 'cause it's Michael Bay.
filming fell through and stuff. But they named the university Bay something University.
I missed that entirely too. God damn.
That's okay.
I missed
I read
so
a lot
much.
of trivia about
Yeah,
the movie.
no. When you were bored, right?
When I was bored at the beginning. Interesting fact about the second movie: most of the sets had been destroyed at the university where they filmed, so they had to recreate them from scratch.
Oh, Jesus.
Because they go back to the same time and the same places. They did an amazing job.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
we'll have to add it to the bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be added to the bowl.
Okay. Is there anything that you guys didn't like?
Honestly, I really enjoy this movie.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with the movie. I think if I was to watch it a second time,
Then
things would start picking out, but because this was my first viewing, and I was just having so much fun and laughing like a maniac by myself.
I had just as much fun the second watch through as I did the first.
I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It's just little nitpicky things.
Oh, yeah.
'cause I feel like I need
Little
to be nitpicky.
Yeah, little nitpicky things pop up for me
There's
all the
also
time too.
this is more of a video game trope, I feel, and a time loop thing. When she left the dorm in the morning, it always was the same, no matter how long she took in the dorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a triggered event.
Yeah.
Going through those doors, it's a triggered event.
Not wrong, actually. I really like Ryan. I like Carter's roommate a lot. Even though he had like a really small part, his part was always fantastic.
Fine, vagina out!
Yeah. Bad. Yeah. Oh god, it was really funny.
Ooh, more trivia. The naked scene where she walks through was filmed with her completely naked.
Oh my god.
They cleared the entire campus. So any other people in that shot was cuts or digitally added. The director wasn't on set. He had an acting director come in, and the entire film crew for that scene was female.
Huh.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So she felt completely empowered. She said it was like the opposite of a walk of shame.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they just cut it to make it look, even though it was just up to here.
That's what we saw.
She went full.
she went the full Monty.
Yeah. Just to make sure she could act out properly.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
I mean, she looked super confident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she looked like...
Yeah, you would never catch me doing
And
that.
I like that they went that extra mile to make her comfortable. You hear about so many jackass directors, like
God, yeah.
the guy who made, what's her name, in Suicide Squad, act in Toronto in December in wet for the entire movie.
Who directed Suicide Squad?
I have no idea.
was it Margot
but I didn't
Robbie
like-
you're talking about?
Yeah, Margot Robbie was wet the entire time.
Fuck's sake.
And freezing. She got pneumonia afterwards.
Well, no fucking shit.
Which, if you've seen the new movie...
excuse me, sorry.
Change
Sorry,
of
language.
subject, but if you've seen the new movie, at one point sprinkler systems goes on, and she goes, oh,
I have seen the new movie, but because I didn't see Suicide Squad because it didn't particularly interest me.
They're making a second one.
Why?
She's executive director, though, so...
So maybe she won't get pneumonia this time around.
Maybe she'll actually be able to do more like Harley Quinn. Anyway, back to this movie. I think this movie could have sucked so bad
It could have been so
if they
bad.
hadn't loved the genres so much. Like,
Yeah.
it was well acted, and it was loving. Like, when they teased the slasher genre, or it was always in a, we love this! Yay!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it felt sort of warm and inviting. It's a weird thing to say about a slasher movie. But that's the way it felt. Like they really did care about their genre. So direct contrast to Mars Attacks when we did it. Mars Attacks, the parody felt mean-spirited and like they missed the whole point of science fiction and invasion movies and all of that kind of thing.
Do not rant. Do not
This
rant.
did not feel like that. This felt like sort of a comedic love letter to slasher films. And yeah, it was quite good.
And I like that they never explained the time loop.
Yeah.
At all.
Why it was happening.
They will explain. They explain it in the second one. But that's when it turns a veer into sci-fi.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, it would have been totally useless.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in explaining it,
No,
right? That's not the point of the story.
Right. I find a lot of time loop stories spend too much time.
Explaining how it happens, yeah. Yeah, no, that wasn't the point. It was unnecessary, and they stayed away from it. Thank
We're out of
goodness.
time.
We're out of time!
We're out of time! Let's start over! Hi, and welcome. No.
God. Final thoughts and star rating. Nathan.
I thought it was a genius movie, done really, really well. Like you said, so many things could have gone wrong. 5 out of 5 star for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eric?
I've noticed that since I've started reviewing movies weekly on my blog, that I've gotten a lot harsher.
Yep.
So it's a 3.5 for me, but that's still a movie that's endlessly rewatchable, and that I own it because I loved it. It was my Christmas present from Santa.
Nice. So, in a very, very rare occasion, my score is higher than Eric's. 4 for me. I really enjoyed this film, and I'm not big into horror, but there was so much comedy, and the acting was so good, and it kept you guessing, or at least kept me guessing. Maybe not you. Maybe you're all smarter than I am, but I enjoyed the double bluff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
I
was
enjoyed
so
the
good.
double bluff plot twist. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I just had a brilliant time with it. So, yeah, good movie. Go watch it.
Yes.
Who would like to pick the next one?
Should be
Eric.
Eric.
Should be Eric. Happy Death Day 2. No. The Babysitter, 2017. Another horror movie.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, apparently March is going to be horror month. Or
Yeah.
Okay with this. It's another horror comedy.
April.
This is a Netflix original.
This is a Netflix original. It's a horror comedy.
Horror comedy, but it's definitely more gruesome than what we've seen.
Okay,
It definitely gets an R rating for naked gore, violence.
It's also 2017, same as Happy Death Day. Alright,
Yeah.
so the next movie in the next stream that we will be discussing is The Babysitter. If you have any thoughts about Happy Death Day, do leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us on Twitch if you want to watch these live. They go up once a month on a Sunday. Don't know which Sunday, but it'll happen. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.
Bye.